Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about 5 government funded space agencies and their specialities in no top order. So let's get started.
And step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Before going into the video, one space agency we are not going to discuss about is NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration of USA. NASA is a well-known pioneer in space agency with a budget of about 22.6 billion US dollars, which is the highest of all other space agencies in the world. Coming to our list, the first space agency we are going to discuss about is JAXA, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. It's not the first space agency of Japan, and this was formed on 1st October 2003. The JAXA's headquarters is at Tokyo, Japan, and it receives an annual budget of about 1.7 billion US dollars from the Japanese government. The first successful launch of this JAXA was on 26 February 2005, which was a satellite launch using a H-2A rocket. Coming to the latest launch, it happened on May 20, 2020, which was a resupply launch to the International Space Station. The main rocket family used by the JAXA are H-2A and H-2B rocket families. The most powerful rocket of the JAXA is H-2B. It has a payload capacity of about 19,000 kg to the LEO, low Earth orbit, and this rocket is manufactured by the Mitsubishi company. And the notable future missions of the Japanese Space Agency is called as SLIM, which is nothing but Smart Lander for Investigating Moon. It is scheduled to launch on January 2022. The second space agency in our list is CNSA, which is nothing but China National Space Administration. The CNSA was formed on 22nd April 1993 with its headquarters at Beijing, China. The CNSA receives an annual budget of about 11 billion US dollars from the Chinese government. The famous mission of the CNSA is Chang'e 3, which was a lunar lander and rover which soft landed on the moon surface and became the third country to do so. The latest launch of the space agency was Tianwen-1, which included a Mars orbiter, lander, and a rover. It was launched on July 23, 2020. The famous rocket family of the Chinese Space Agency is the Long March, and their most powerful rocket is known as Long March 5, which has a payload capacity of about 25,000 kg to the low Earth orbit. And their notable future mission is Chang'e 5, which is a sample return mission from Moon. They have also planned to send humans to Moon by 2036. The third space agency in our list is ISRO, which is nothing but Indian Space Research Organization. ISRO was formed on 15th August 1969. Its headquarters is at Bengaluru. They receive an annual budget of about 1.9 billion US dollars from the Indian government. The first successful launch of the ISRO was a Rohini satellite, which was on board a satellite launch vehicle named as SLV-3E1. One of the famous missions of the ISRO is the Mangalyaan or Mars Orbiter mission, which was launched on 5th November 2013. Mangalyaan made India the first country to place an orbiter around the Mars in its first attempt. The latest launch of ISRO was a GSAT-30 satellite, which was launched into space by an Ariane 5 rocket of ESA. The primary rocket families of the ISRO is the PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, and GSLV, Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle. The most powerful rocket of the ISRO is the GSLV Mark III, which has a payload capacity of about 10,000 kg to the low Earth orbit. The notable future missions of the ISRO is the Chandrayaan 3, which consists of a lander and a rover. The other mission is Gaganyaan, which has planned to send humans to space. The next space agency in our list is ESA, the European Space Agency. ESA is not a one government controlled space agency. The ESA was formed on 30th May 1975. Its headquarters is at Paris, France. The annual budget of ESA is about 7.43 billion US dollars. The first successful launch of this ESA was on 1979, which was a launch of an Ariane rocket. The most famous launch of the ESA is known as Bepi Colombo, which is a Mercury orbiter. The Bepi Colombo was launched on 20th October 2018. The latest launch of the European Space Agency was on 18th February 2020. The well-known rocket family of the space agency is known as Ariane, and the most powerful rocket is the Ariane 5, which has a payload capacity of about 16,000 kilograms to the low Earth orbit. And this Ariane 5 is manufactured by the famous flight manufacturer, the Airbus. A future mission of the space agency is called as JUICE, which is nothing but Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer. It is planned to launch by 2022. The last space agency in our list is called as ROSCOSMOS, which is a space agency of Russia. ROSCOSMOS is not Russia's first space agency, and it is a successor to the Soviet space program, which was dissolved on 1991. The ROSCOSMOS was formed on 25th February 1992. It has its headquarters at Moscow. The Roscosmos receives an annual budget of about 2.7 billion US dollars from the Russian government. The space program of Roscosmos began with building the ISS, which started from 1998. One of the anticipated launches of the Roscosmos was known as Phobos Grunt, which was planned to explore the moon of Mars named as Phobos. The mission was a failure as it never left the low Earth orbit. The latest launch of this Roscosmos was launching of two satellites which happened on 31st July 2020 on a Proton-M rocket. The famous rocket family of this Roscosmos are named as Soyuz and Proton. The most powerful rocket of the Roscosmos is named as Proton-M, which has a payload capacity of about 23,000 kilograms to the low Earth orbit. Thank you for watching. So see you later. Bye bye. Cheers.